to the show. I'm Tuwanda Coleman. Well, get ready to dust off your running shoes and join in on a run for a great cause. Over 30,000 runners will soon take to the streets of Nashville for the 15th annual St. Jude Country Music Marathon and Half Marathon. There are some changes that have been made this year, and we're going to tell you all about those a little bit later in the show. But we're starting things off on how would you like to discover your inner hero? We all have one, you know, and the American Red Cross is encouraging us to find him or her. And here to explain what they mean about that is Beth Toll and Regina Riculia from the Red Cross. Welcome to you both.
Thank you very much.
So we're recognizing the month of March as the American Red Cross month, which is great because as we were talking a little bit earlier to Beth, across the country, the American Red Cross responds to 70,000 disasters. Here in Middle Tennessee, what is that number?
Well, across our region, which is actually Middle and West Tennessee, we responded to 932 disasters, and that's anything from a house fire to a flood, maybe a tornado. And in all of those instances, we're trying to provide emergency food, clothing, and shelter to those folks who have been affected by disaster.
Right. And so in recognition of this month being deemed your special month, I know you're hoping to get out awareness about the things that you do, how the public, the community as a whole can help you and what you do. Is that correct?
Right. We're really wanting to celebrate our everyday heroes, and that's folks that, you know, like we mentioned, go out and respond to those disasters 24/7, people that take a life-saving first aid or CPR course and learn how to save a life in an emergency. Also volunteers that work with our service members to help bring them home in the event of an emergency, and really just Red Cross responding to disasters.
So everyday heroes, and we can all be an everyday hero, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. But I did want to address something with Regina because, as you mentioned, some of these disasters include fires, and I know that is one of the busiest things in the winter months. We have so many fires, so you're really busy at the Red Cross helping folks in that respect. But on the other hand, blood donations, and that's your area too, Regina, they have a tendency to fall off. Blood drives get canceled. People don't get out in the wintertime weather. What's it like right now for you as far as blood donations?
We're bouncing back, and you mentioned those winter months are tough. You know, around the holidays, kids are out of school, families are focused on that. You come by our center, you know it can be very slow during that time period. And then since December, the winter weather that we've had, all these ice storms, because we also collect blood up in the Paducah area, parts of Kentucky that have been severely hit. So we've been forced to cancel about 40 blood drives, and so we've lost, or weren't able to collect around 1,300 units of life-saving blood. So in March, that's where we're kind of taking that time to refocus. Be a hero. If you weren't able to give during those holiday months or the winter months because of cold weather, come out, roll up a sleeve, and that's certainly a way to really be a life-saving hero. That one blood donation can help save up to 3 lives. So it's really important.
Isn't that wonderful to think that you can save 3 lives just by rolling up your sleeve?
Yeah.
So when we were talking about inner heroes, and one of those ways we can be one, find our inner hero, is to roll up our sleeve. But talk about some of the other ways, Beth, that you feel like that we can help the American Red Cross.
Certainly. I mean, we really look for to bring in new volunteers, so people that are going to dedicate their time and give that to the Red Cross, but also financial donors. Those financial donations are what makes our response efforts possible each and every day. And then really we want to encourage families to prepare. You know, it's important to be prepared for disasters before they strike, whether that's, you know, building your kit, making your plan, and just knowing what you're going to do when disaster strikes.
Exactly. And there are also ways that folks can actually help out at the Red Cross, as far as you all offer classes that some people may not know about. Talk about some of those classes that you offer.
Well, in addition to our volunteer training courses that we train our volunteers to be able to respond to disasters, we also teach people how to save lives, and that's CPR, first aid. We even offer babysitting courses to help train younger kids as they're, you know, starting out their careers and learning those vital, important babysitter training skills so that they can respond as well.
Yeah, so there's many opportunities and many ways to help out at the American Red Cross. I know when I've had the opportunity to be there for blood donations, just to see the compassion and the really nice people who are there to make me feel better about trying to donate. It's really a simple process too, isn't it, Regina?
It is. It's an hour of your time max to get there, go through a health review, roll up your sleeve. The actual donation, only takes about 7 to 10 minutes. Being well hydrated helps speed up that process. And then we want to factor in time for you to be able to relax and reflect on the great work you've just done. Enjoy a cookie, juice, whatever makes you feel better at the end. But yeah, I mean, it is. There's nothing like giving blood and walking away and knowing that you gave someone else a chance. You gave someone with cancer the chance to fight. You gave someone who's been in a car accident the chance to be with their loved ones on the holiday or to hug their child. And so it's a great feeling. Yeah, and it's one that we're very proud of and that we, hope to continue to represent through the end of March.
Absolutely. And I have found that some people, when they hear us say that there is a blood shortage, they're sometimes skeptical of that. Like, really? Why all of a sudden is there a blood shortage? But as you mentioned before, there are many reasons why people aren't able to give blood who may be your regular donors.
Right. I mean, if you didn't get enough iron in the morning, you may not be able to donate that afternoon. There are so many different deferrals that we have. Another thing that we were really hit by the flu season. If you have a cough, if you're not feeling well, we want you to be healthy and take care of yourself before you donate blood. So, that deterred a lot of people this season. And then, a lot of people aren't eligible and many people just forget to make their appointment to give. So it is important. And the reason that sometimes we have to raise a higher alert about our blood supply is it can only stay on the shelf 42 days.
And see, I think that's something that people don't realize.
Right. So it's a perishable product. We can't freeze it and keep it, this is something fresh. We want to continue giving our patients. So it is perishable. And so we have to keep that blood supply going. And platelet donations is also something we collect on Charlotte Avenue, and that helps cancer patients greatly. And we collect them in other areas as well in our region. But yeah, it's a perishable product. Platelets can only stay on the shelf for 5 days. Yeah. So we're always looking to replenish the supply.
Absolutely. Beth, I know you all want to be recognized this month for all the great work you do, but you also want to help recognize those people who support you. And you have many people who get out there and do support the Red Cross.
We do. We really, always want to thank our volunteers for dedicating their time and their service. When we're at home, asleep in bed, they're out responding to those fires in the middle of the night. Whether it's cold, hot, rain, snow, you name it, those folks are out there. And we're just so grateful to them and so grateful to our donors who their support makes that response effort possible. And it all works together to make it possible. And we just really want to thank all of those folks that support us.
Are you always looking for volunteers? Is there always a need?
There always is.